Gotta get all the sillies out. Good morning, guys. This is Kate.
This is Nicole.
And this is...
One moment, please.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's also 10:45 and 11:45, so it's not really morning anymore.
I know.
But
Doesn't really count.
no. Did you have a good weekend?
It was pretty busy, but as you know, I took Milo with me on my very first event, and he did such a good job. I'm such a proud mom. He just did. He took it so seriously, and he did such a good job.
And he looked so dapper
He did. He looked so
in
good.
his little suit.
He was, and I think that was I would think that was like part of it too, like because we went shopping for like his jacket, and so it really like put the excitement and like importance on it. So he got upset with me when I wouldn't let him wear his like Minecraft hat. So I had to explain to him that it's not very professional to wear a hat.
But the pictures you
other
sent
than
me were so cute.
Yeah, he looked so adorable and did such a good job. Yeah.
I'm so happy. His first job. And he got paid for it.
And he got paid for it. He was thrilled.
How old is he?
He is 7, almost 8.
Perfect. That's so cute.
Yes.
This weekend we went to watch the new Mario movie, and it was so cute. And I know you took Milo earlier that week, and you were like, it totally inspired me. I was like, we got to go watch this movie.
It's so. Did anyone dress up as Mario?
Where we were,
in the theater?
no. I didn't see anyone, but they might have. I wish they would have. It was just really nostalgic.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it brought me back to being a kid and playing Mario.
Oh yeah. I even called my grandma and I was like, Grandma, we got to go get our Mario games. Let's go.
Oh, that's so cute.
But anyway.
I know.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. We went full out because we went on release day, and so yeah, like all the kids were dressed up as like Mario and Luigi. It was so adorable, and I was like thinking we should have dressed up. Like I feel out of place. We didn't dress up, but they gave out like the popcorn tins with like the question box.
That's so fun,
right? Yeah. So I was like, we have to get this.
That is so fun.
This is a piece of history.
Did y'all keep it or did you throw it away?
Oh yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Yeah, that is going to be the pop. Like whenever we make popcorn at home, it's going in that. Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, hopping in, we are talking about CRMs today, and specifically Honeybook because that is what Nicole and I both use.
Love Honeybook.
So first of all, I want to define what a CRM is. You'll see that a lot in groups. Like, what CRM do you use? CRM stands for Client Relationship Manager. So,
or it could also be customer relationship manager. I think I've heard that too. Like anything having to do like client, customer. Yeah.
The C is client or customer. Fill it in. Fill in the blank.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, it's for sure. If you have any kind of business where you are dealing with multiple clients, multiple customers, I would say. I mean, I would love to hear your thoughts on this too. Like, I would say it's completely essential.
100% essential. If you don't have it, I'm worried. How are you getting paid? How are you sending your contracts? So 100%.
How are you tracking the emails? I think that too. It's like the email threads. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Having it be in one specific place under a project, like I can't imagine. And I think even when I started, I tried to go spreadsheet route, like, cause that's all I knew, right? That's all I knew was keeping it all in a spreadsheet with like the client name, contact information, date of event, what they were looking for. And that's all fine and good. But then once you start adding in, okay, they paid the retainer. This is due this date. The retainers due this date. The remaining balance is due this date. At remembering that, I know people that still do
like ledgers, like handwritten ledgers.
Yes. Ugh. If you do that, please tell me if you're okay. Please write. please let us know if you're doing okay, and if it's like how that's worked for you.
Yeah, because we might not know something.
So stressful. I know it sounds so stressful. So, invoices, all of that. How do you keep track?
Yeah, I wouldn't keep track. Some people I've heard use QuickBooks, like just for invoices, or they send like
Okay.
they use DocuSign. I don't know. Have you heard of that?
Well, yeah, just to like sign
Hmm.
mortgage,
Yep. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. So I know a lot of people that use DocuSign. I've worked with a bridal magazine, and they only use DocuSign, and then they send
Wow.
a QuickBook invoice for me to like to pay it. So
Wow.
that just seems like a lot of extra like steps.
Apps.
Yeah,
Yeah. A
yeah.
lot of separate like apps and
It's not all in one
subscription fees.
place. And how
Right.
do you
Yeah.
find it? Like, do you
Yeah.
go on your email and type it in? I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I first started, I think the way I came across Honeybook and even understanding what a CRM was I wanted to have a contract that could be digitally signed, like not having to send a PDF document and have my client print it out, sign it, send it back. Like that was 102 steps too many. And I knew I needed to be much easier. And so I think I Googled it, honestly, like online contracts or something like that. And I think Honeybook really
Sold
popped
you.
up first. Yeah. They popped up first in the search, which is good on them and good on their probably ad, like
Yeah.
SEO. But how did you come across it?
Okay, hang on. I want to ask you real quick about your contracts. Have you
Oh
ever
yeah.
had somebody print it out and sign it and scan it back to you?
No. Not
Oh,
that not no, now that on Honeybook, no.
put a finger down. Like 100% that has happened to me probably, gosh, one in every 30 that I send. And
Really?
and I'm always so shocked. I'm like, guys, you just have to click a button and it will like digitally sign your name, or you can like actually sign your name on it. Um, so yes, that's happened to me with Honeybook, and it always blows my mind. I
How
don't know.
interesting.
Yes. Anyways, I'm
Oh
sorry.
my.
To answer your question,
Yeah.
um, I found Honeybook literally because somebody invoiced me through Honeybook for a photography, like, oh gosh, what do you call them? It's not a getaway, but a group thingy that I was learning photography from. And she shot me an invoice, and I was like, oh, this is super easy. Cool. And then after the meetup, I was like, well, if I'm going to be a photographer, I guess I need a CRM. And so she had a coupon for $200 off. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm using Honeybook because I don't know anything else and I'm too lazy to Google. So,
I love that. Easy peasy.
well, I also don't
Yeah.
research a lot like you. I'm like, oh, this just fell in my lap. Sure, I'll go with this way.
No, yeah, and I think that really was why I went with Honeybook was it's the first one and it just seemed the most established. And I think a lot of people also recommended it, I think in Facebook groups. And then they had a free, like it was sign up and get 3 months for free. And I
Mhm.
was like, done, sold. I was like, I don't have to pay for anything right now. Like, yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. And then I loved how it was able to not only do the digital contract, which is really what I was looking for, but it
Mhm.
also was able to handle payments and
Yep.
then also like handle emails. And it was like all in one. And I just loved how professional it came across.
It's
And even
very.
like,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, it's
I didn't
even
mean to
like,
interrupt you.
even like the signature, like how you're able to do like your photo with your signature. I was like, oh, this looks so good.
It's so good. It's so good. I definitely I wish that I would have looked a little bit more into it just because if you do get Honeybook, it's a beast. Like
It is.
there's so much going on in Honeybook, which like we'll talk about, but there's so much going on that I would love to probably hire someone and have them just walk me through Honeybook a little bit more, even after using it for 3 years. I feel like I'm still not using it to its fullest potential.
Mm,
Do you?
probably.
Like,
No,
do you feel good about it?
yes and no. I spent a lot of time building up smart files and
Hmm.
I kind of came into it right when they made that transition cuz using smart files is really a brand new feature that they just added in and we'll dive into that a little bit more, but smart
Okay.
files basically takes kind of the information that comes from your contact form and then it pulls it into and adds it into the contract, the invoice, all like automatically for you. So it's smart in the sense that like it does a lot of the work automatically and you don't have to plug everything in each step. So building up kind of what I wanted to present to my clients took a lot of time and effort and thought. And so I can totally understand how that can be completely overwhelming to someone who's kind of brand new in the photo booth business. But once I've spent that, it's just little tweaks here and there if I decide I want to add or subtract things, but I haven't really messed with it a whole lot since I built it out.
So we started whenever they had what they call now legacy files.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, changing over to a smart file was so hard because I'm such a
Yeah.
creature of habit. I was like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, do I have to?" Um, but once I did it, oh my gosh, I love smart files. So,
And incorporating that into automations.
mhm,
Because right now, so it's probably easier to like walk you through the entire process. So with Honeybook being a client relationship manager, it houses everything that has to do with your client in one space, one project. So for example, if a client were to find me on Instagram or my website, they would go to my little button that I have built on my website. It's like reserve your date or book your booth or inquire or get a
contact me
quote
here.
now,
Yeah.
contact me here, anything like that. And what you'll do is you'll integrate Honeybook's contact form, and they'll fill in their name, their email, their event date, maybe even their budget or what package they might be interested in. And then all that information will feed into a project within Honeybook. And so go ahead.
Also, I was going to say really quick, you can make your contact form totally branded.
Oh
So,
yeah.
like to match your website or whatever you want, like it's totally brandable.
Yeah, which I love. So it looks completely seamless. It doesn't look like a foreign contact form or anything
Yes.
like that. It's really great. So then you'll get a notification if you have it set up to get notifications by
I had to
email or
turn mine
whatever.
off.
Yeah, it was a little much. It's fun in the beginning to get these
Yeah.
little dings and stuff. But yeah, you'll get a notification with Honeybook that you have a new inquiry. And so you'll view the inquiry, and then basically my clients from from their initial inquiry, you can have it set up where it automatically sends them an email like saying, "Hey, thank you. This is the next steps." What I
Mhm.
do is I don't do that. Do you do automated emails from initial inquiries? Yeah.
Not the initial inquiry. I want to
Yeah.
be able to have control.
Exactly. Well, yeah, and you want to establish that relationship
Yes, yes,
first
yes.
because they could also include in their initial inquiry like a question or something like that
Mhm.
it would be embarrassing to have a
Yes.
thanks for booking when they're like, I'm not interested in booking. I'm actually just asking a question in this question
Okay, I'm
box,
gonna write a
like,
note to read. Oh yes, I'm gonna write a note real quick to come back to about that because it doesn't fit in right here. But I've embarrassed myself so many ways through HoneyBook. So
oh no.
continue.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Please remember. Um, so yeah, as soon as I get that inquiry, my goal is to respond hopefully within minutes. Obviously, sometimes there's like inquiries in the middle of the night. You can't do that, but I try to respond very, very quickly because I want to capture them right when they're there at their computer, because
Yep.
then the chances of them actually proceeding to book or like respond right then and there are higher. And so it's definitely so much better to have notifications on so you can respond quickly and whatever. So basically, from that initial information, I'm trying to see, am I available on the date that they're looking for? And is it like in a location where I service? So those are kind of the two things that I'm looking at whenever I get that inquiry form in. And then I'll respond either like positively or um, sorry, I can't book it. I know, Kate, that you've talked about how you have automated email templates, right, for both of those situations.
Yes. So I've thankfully HoneyBook lets you create email templates too that it's a drop down menu. You click this one, this one, this one. And it's I always say if we are available, I click the NWA photo booth available and it says hi. And then you can enter the name of the person. That's what I usually do. Thank you so much for reaching out to us. We are available this day. And then it goes into here's our packages. And then I will alter it to say if they did put their budget in, because I asked that in their form, I'll say this package looks like it would fit your budget best. Yes, it's an automated email template that's already made, but you should still go in and alter it to fit this person so you don't feel like a
Absolutely.
robot. Please use their name. so it feels more intentional. And
Yeah.
then I do the same for unavailable. And with my unavailable ones, I do have two other photo boothers in town that I say, I'm not available, but I recommend these people. I have worked with them in the past. I know that they can give you great service that is equal to our service, so on, so on. It's worded a little bit better than that, obviously, but it's just easier to click it and alter a little bit. And yeah, it makes the seamless, it makes it much more seamless.
I actually love that. I don't have those templates. I find myself like, I think I did write a template for confirming yes, I'm
Mhm.
available. And then I just found myself just writing my own for every single time. It's not, is that time saving? No, it's not. And it takes more time, it takes more effort. Um, but I think having like a template that kind of has all of the information you want to share and next steps, and maybe even like the urgency to continue in the next steps would be really valuable in those first emails.
I agree. We in our first email too, we put like other helpful info, and we explain that 30% of our total is due when
Mhm.
booking as the retainer, and that it needs to be covered or near a plugin. Like we do put that in our initial email because sometimes they don't read that in the
Mhm.
contract.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So for my process from there, if they're all good to go, if I'm available on their date, I will in that initial email include a link to my booking form, which is what I say. I'm like, hey, linked below is our booking form if you want to look at our packages and kind of proceed through the process. And so they'll click on that link, and it'll take them to my smart file, which includes literally everything start to finish. So it includes all of my packages, and I have it. The way I have it built out is the first thing they'll see is a very, very small 2 sentences like, hey, my name's Nicole, this is my business. And then these are the packages they choose from. So it's base packages, it's a digital photo booth, print photo booth. And so they'll pick which one they want and how many hours it includes, et cetera, all the other add ons that are included inside of the package. And then
And it adds it to cart.
yeah, so it's like a little Amazon card. I love it. So it's little, so they'll click it and it adds it onto the side. They'll be able to see if they're on their desktop computer, of course, they'll be able to see like their summary, their invoice already there on the side. And then below, they can add on the like 10 or 15 add-ons I have available. So it's if they want additional hours, they want idle hours, if they want I have an outdoor fee. I have a neon sign rental. I have audio guest book. I have video guest book. I have memory book, which is like our print book that they can put prints in and have guests write in. I have so many add-ons, and so they can literally customize and pick and choose their experience. So if they want an extra hour, but maybe also an idle hour, like they're really able to customize their experience according to their budget. And I think that's what I love the most about it is they're able to self-help themselves and see what they want, how much is adding up to. Where before it was a lot of, well, how much would it cost if I added this? Or how much would it cost if I took this away? And it was a lot of back and forth emails trying to help them understand their budget. And because sometimes people just don't know. Sometimes they
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know. And sometimes they're just shopping and they just want to see how much it'll cost. Like I've had a lot of brides in the beginning of the year, January had a huge influx of people who were,
Right after engagement season.
yes, who were looking at 2024 weddings. And so they weren't necessarily interested in booking right now. They just wanted to see what what the cost would be so that they could
Quick
budget.
question about
Yeah.
that. Do you have two separate smart files? Like maybe a 2023 pricing and a 2024
No.
pricing one?
Mm-mm.
That would be something to think about.
True.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. If you are definitely in a place where you know consistently, like I'm going to raise my prices every year by X amount, that might be
Mhm.
that might be good. It also is
Yeah.
like an incentive. If you maybe had
Mhm.
like an alert, like, hey, these prices will go up this day if you do not book by this day.
Yeah.
That would be an incentive, I think, for sure, to get people to book instead of just waiting.
Sorry, guys, my phone just decided to go off. I'll turn that off now.
So where was I? So yeah, so they're able to kind of really customize their experience that they want. And then they're able to advance. So they don't have to wait for me for anything. They're able to advance to the next page, which is the contract. So the smart file will collect all of the information from the contact form, from the packages that they picked, and will fill out the contract with that information. So the contract will then have their name, their email, their event location, their dates, their package that they're requesting. It'll have it all auto-filled. So they're able to go in, sign the contract, advance even further, pay the retainer, all in one fell swoop.
So I have another
Mm-hmm.
question. Do you ever have to go back and edit that? So let's say that they didn't know they needed an idle hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so can you go back and edit that and then like resend
Oh
it to
yeah.
them
Yeah.
afterwards?
You can
Okay,
absolutely revise the contract, absolutely revise the invoice. It just requires them to re-sign, which is great. I
gotcha.
love that. Like I love that it requires that. So it kind of covers you on both ends. But
Oh
that
yeah.
happens quite often. The one issue that I've had with having it all be kind of automated in that way is there's no way to automate the time it starts and ends. So that is the most often thing that I'll have to go back in and edit. Because either they don't know, so they put like the time of their entire event, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I can't sign this contract. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be there from 7 to 11 when I'm only there for 3 hours. So
Yes.
then it does require like, okay, I saw that you put this time. What time would you like it? You don't know yet. That's fine. Let's just do 3 hours for right now, and we'll edit it once you know for sure.